Now, on the other side of all this, what happens if you want to take your worksheet and save it as something else, save it under a completely different file format? Let's say we want to save it as a text file like we saw earlier. And, you know, this is not something that's going to pop up every day, but you're going to, once in a while, get a situation, if you do work with data, where you need to save it as a very common, very basic, very universal file format so that the person at the other end can take that data and bring it into any program. Because all programs, any that are data related, they can all bring in at minimum text files. They might not all be able to bring in Excel files, you know, worksheets, but they can bring in, you know, this text delimited, you know, type of file format that you saw again earlier on another video. So how do we go about doing that? How do we make that happen? Well, first of all, what you'll do is, and I think probably the easiest way is you take the data that you've got on your screen. So let's say you got this, all right, and you want to convert that. So you'll still have the original file. You're not going to lose that. You're just making a new file under this new format. A very quick and easy way to get from here to the save as, so that you can avoid some of the in-between screens, is on your keyboard. You can just hit the F12 key. You hit the F12 key, you'll go into the save as mode, right? And at this point, then you can tell it what type of file format you want, all right? So in this case, I'll click onto there. I can kind of, you know, scroll through here, and I say, okay, maybe what I'll do is I'll go with the MS-DOS. Yeah, so here's like the this one right here. So the text, this is that's probably the most common. So right there, I think that's going to end up being a tab delimited, but you get the idea. It works just fine. So you do that, then you specify where you want to bring it to. I'm just going to send it to my desktop. So I'll hit save, and that's it. Now, if you need to maybe try another format here, let's do this again. We'll hit F12 again, and we'll hit the little drop down. How about the CSV, comma, delimited? So the CSV is pretty close to being an Excel file, and a lot of databases out there readily accept it. But we'll just pick this one just to see what it does. So I'll click onto that, and then I'll just go ahead and hit save. Now off it goes. That's it. We'll do one more, just so you get the hang of it here. So F12, little drop down. And I think on this one, we're going to go with the, we did the CSV comma delimited. We'll do or tab delimited, then we'll do the text tab delimited here. So we'll click on that one. And then we'll hit save on that. Oh, actually, that's the same format as the other one. So we'll just, I think we'll just do a different one here. I mean, the two that we picked already, those are very standard. Everybody will be able to use those. I'll do the format text space delimited. We'll do that one there. All right, and we'll save that one. There we go. All right, now. So let's take a look at those three files and see what they kind of look like. So I'll go ahead and I'll just kind of minimize this. There we are. Okay. So I'll start with this one here. This is that CSV one, which I said was very similar to Excel. So when I go to open this one up, that comes up, and you'll see how it there's no real formatting in here, other than the fact that it's in its own columns and everything, but that's about it. But it's not, technically it's not really an Excel spreadsheet. Even though you can do things in here, it just isn't, it's kind of like a, I don't know, it's just a offshoot of an Excel, you know, spreadsheet, but it's really, you know, out there. But anyway, that's one of them. Close that one up. Oh, and then this one here, this was the, I think that was the column one, that last one we had picked. So I'll just double click that one. You'll see how that comes up. So it doesn't look too bad. And then the third one here, this is the text one. This is that DOS one. Open that one up. Almost looks the same, so not bad. I'm not quite sure where the true comma delimited. I've always had trouble trying to find that thing. But overall, this would work just fine if somebody said, "Hey, I need you to put it in like an ASCII format." This will come in perfectly for them. No problems whatsoever. All right, so hopefully this sort of helps you. Again, you're probably not going to run into it a lot, but it's still good to know how to take a worksheet and kind of turn it into some other file format. So hopefully you like the video. Take care.